Yeah, it's I guess a combination of looking to provide some professional development and I guess ideally working with coaches. It's not something that I necessarily will be working directly with players on. So it's again more that step removed, work with coaches, build their capacity or other staff potentially. So it's that, and as well as a tool, an analytical platform that allows you. I touched on it earlier about kind of tracking progressions, and it doesn't necessarily have to be sophisticated, but it's got some of that built in. Yeah, a little bit of the AI stuff to, in some situations in practice, be able to automate detecting shots and made baskets, as well as add a bit more context. Was the shot contested? If we're doing a one-on-one, say, shooting workout, so there's a little bit of that, but I don't want to overplay that. I know everyone's like talking about AI, or the big tech companies want to tell you that AI is going to change the world or make you a miraculous coach or whatever. I probably underplay it a little bit, but it's got a bit of that in there. But I think the idea is to have a tool that, alongside maybe learning about some of these principles we've touched on, how to design effective practices transfer, is a way to track some of that and have a bit of data there, have it linked to video potentially, and just combine those two together in what I call, I guess, action learning type approach to coach development, professional development. Equally, if you're flying and you're across all the constraint stuff and you're really into already the shooting sessions you're doing, it's a tool that you could just use yourself and don't necessarily need me. So that's a high level snapshot.
So it's a way for a player, in theory, to be able to evaluate their shot, improve their shot, and work within kind of technology to be able to help assist that.
Yeah, exactly. But and I guess trying to look at back to context, to what some of the contextual variables or constraints we can look at. I know there's other systems and tools that will give you a bit more about your actual biomechanics, or potentially systems like NOAA that are going to give you the arc and direction and more micro stuff. I've tried to build it in, a bit more about, are you on the move before you shoot, left or right? Again, is it a contested shot? Potentially, how far away was that defender? So a bit more of those contextual variables. How much variability? If you do a shooting workout, there's a simple kind of chart that will show, are you shooting from the same spot for 10 in a row, or you're consistently changing spots? And when you change your location, do you hit that first shot from a new location, or does it take you two or three to get your eye in, which arguably could be a bit of an better indicator of like in-game shooting, if we agree that rarely will you shoot two shots in a row within 10 seconds from exactly the same spot in a real game.